Welcome to Dependable Flame, where we explore vintage petrol lighters, ashtrays, tobacconiana, and other useful mechanisms. Make yourself at home.
Today we have a very nice IdealINE flip-top petrol advertising lighter. Not sure if you can read that on the bottom. It says Japan. Had several of these lighters now. This is at least the third. Maybe one of the Klein Armature Works lighters was an IdealINE. This lighter appears to be brand new. You may have seen the repair video on it where we cleaned it out of the old flint. Nothing major. It all just fell out, but there are likely still some remnants, and when I pull this out here, dust may penetrate the air a bit. You can see that the insert still maintains most of its plating, maybe some wear, scuffs. I also cleaned out the chimney area, a little bit of dust, and you can obviously see the flint dust present in the felt pad, which has been shaken out as best I could. No major work done. We did put a drill bit into it, but I think that the degraded flint dust pretty much all fell out before we did that. You can refer to that video for all of that information. See the inside of the case, nice tight hinge. Slides down nice and snug. See that enameled GE, I believe that's General Electric logo. There are some scuffs, scratches, maybe some minor dings. At first I thought the way that this case down here looks like it's protruding outward was the result of a flint spring screw left too far down and then poking through to the bottom. But the condition that I found it in, and also just looking closer at the bottom, I believe it just gives that appearance by the way that you have the E, the registered symbol, and Japan all stamped in such close proximity. I don't think the case is actually protruding outward so much as the indentations of the stamps are going the other direction. So there were several people on the live stream last Tuesday asking about the park lighters that I had sitting there, and those parks are great lighters that I'm a advocate. People should be collecting those lighters. They're just as cool as Zippos. We can argue about the details or benefits or downsides to all of them, but they all have their place in lighter collections, and I believe that there's a place even for Japanese made, what most people would call Zippo knockoffs. Now keep in mind that this particular IDEALINE lighter is a good deal smaller than a Zippo, both shorter and not as wide, although maybe closer in width per ratio than the height. Still the same overall gist of a lighter. It's an insert style. Just showing you the Zippo to give you an idea. This would not be a clean comparison with a Slim because it is too wide. And not really anywhere the size of the full-size Zippo. And as I'm holding them here in my hand, looking at them through both the viewfinder of the camera that I'm using and looking over it just with my bare eyes, it looks much smaller just with my eyes than it does in the camera. So I don't know what that means, if anything. But it's a very clean lighter. The attachment of the hinge is well done, not sloppy looking. Really good looking lighter. It belongs in somebody's collection. And if you just consider, what do you think somebody would pay for an authentic, let's say 1950s or 1960s Zippo with the factory applied enameled emblem? And I'll guarantee you can get this one for much less than that Zippo would cost. And it will display just as nicely. You just got to get over the fact that it's not a Zippo. It's still a really cool lighter. A really cool brand new lighter that has had a little bit of maintenance work done to it to bring it back to functionality. This is the exact kind of lighter that I put in my collection. I'm just not a GE fan. Until next time.